Hey everybody. Happy Thursday. I can see. Hi Trent, I can see. Hi Kathy, I can see that you're already in the room. Everyone's early in tonight, so welcome. Tell us again what you've been up to. Who played last night in the quiz show after we had Scarlett's Way on? Who played and what did you come? Did you have a good score? I did all right for a few, and then there's a couple that I missed. So hi Beck, how you going? Thank you for joining and streaming and everything that you do. So tonight we have got the Silverline joining us. They've got a single that they released a little while ago that they want to have a talk about, and we might have a chat about what's happening with them for the rest of the year. We'll welcome them into the room. Hi.
Hello there.
Joining. We've been listening to your single for a little while now, but it is a great single. Home Sweet Homeless. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I used to work, we come from Sydney on the northern beaches, and I used to work in the city, and I'd have to ride the train into Central Station. And it was about a 2 or 3 block walk from when I got off the train until I got to actually where I worked. And there were, I'd probably pass by 10 or 15, sometimes more people on the street that were soliciting for help, and it always touched me. There was one guy in particular that played a guitar, and he was clearly a veteran, and he was soliciting money. And I always dropped some coinage into his cup, but then I got to thinking we were making our album, and I thought I want to do more for people like this than just put a few coins in a cup every now and then. And so we decided to write this song. It's called Home Sweet Homeless. It's designed to raise awareness for the plight of homeless people, but also raise funds through the Exodus Foundation, which is a Sydney charity here.
That is fantastic. It's lovely to see people writing songs for a cause, that to make a difference. Great to see. Did you get to perform this song before COVID and before you released? Have you been performing this song for a while?
We had performed it. We were actually at the Tamworth Country Music Festival, and we were in a showcase. I mean, we were doing the song wherever we were playing. I think we were in the fan zone in different places, but we did a showcase and did the song, and we got really, really positive feedback when we did it live. And thought, yeah, it's you never know when you're writing a song. You think it's really good, but does everyone else think it's, what I mean, getting that message? But we were very convicted by the message that we wanted to give. And being our motto, country with a cause, it really fits the brief to, make a difference. Yeah.
And I was going to ask you about the motto. Now that you've brought it up, it's even better. So tell us what made you start with that motto. Where did that come from?
Well, we our first single was a single called "Let the Rain Fall," and as the title indicates, it was a song for the Australian farmer, and in the drought and what they were going through. We had friends that lived out in the country, out in the bush area, and he ran a spray rig, and they were just talking about how there was nothing to do because it was so dry. And we'd made a couple of trips out there. We usually go out there once, maybe twice a year, just to decompress from living in Sydney and get out to the country where we belong. And and we just wrote this song and decided that, like Home Sweet Homeless, we would work with the charity to raise awareness and raise funds and it was the Buy a Bale program that we worked with there and did that. So as things progressed, Kathy really came up with the idea of having a little slogan with us, with what we do. And because not every single song we do is a cause-oriented song, but enough of them that we decided to create a little motto for what we do, called it Country Music with a Cause.
Or Country with a Cause.
Yeah.
Country with a Cause. Love that. It's fantastic. And working with all these charities too, you would, learn so much and get so much yourselves from doing that as well, I imagine. Yes. So this year's obviously put a lot of holes in your plans. Are you planning on going out and on the road when we're able to? What are your plans for when things reopen and go back to normal?
Yeah, reopening. So we, keeping an eye on what's going on, and for different people, you know what I mean. Everyone's tapped the live stream stuff, which is amazing, and getting to see all these amazing people play that wouldn't normally in that format. And we've done a little bit of it as well. But sort of keeping our eye on, finger on the pulse, and there is some work around, but then the COVID thing comes back, unfortunately for. For musicians and singers, but we all have to adhere to those protocols because we don't want it to hit this second wave. Like it has a little bit in Victoria now, which is really, really awful. So we do have a couple of performances coming up, and we're just sort of keeping an eye on whether they're going to go ahead or not. And obviously the Tamworth Country Music Festival was, wanting to be part of that. And our plan is to go if the festival goes, which I think it is at this stage, but I think, planning wise, they'd be in the midst of that now and sort of making those decisions, which would be really hard because don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, from minute to minute, it's tough.
It is tough. It is tough. And for those of you that are trying to arrange gigs, you don't want to leave it and not arrange them, but you don't want to have to cancel them. It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't, aren't you?
That's it. Yes. That's it. So I think everyone's hunkered down and, developing their marketing plans and their playing and their songwriting. So it's been a sort of petri dish of creativity, which has been really good. But I think everyone's really anxious and really bumping their gums to get out and play. So I know we are. So we're mindful of that. Like I just recently, a friend of mine was about to had planned a wedding for 12 months, and she's had to cancel it because the restriction is no singing, no dancing. That's it. So I mean, what's a wedding without singing and dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's Oh, that's awful. Hopefully they can get to planning that again very soon and
rebooking it for next year. So hopefully things will get better by then.
How awful. That's terrible. So have you been using this time to write songs?
Yeah, actually, written a few. There's a guy that plays in our band. He really is an excellent accordion player, and he plays piano and stuff with us. But he used to tell me stories about when he was a young guy out at where did he from? He's way Kalgoorlie. That's it. Yeah. And his dad would take him down to the local pub and set him on the counter and put a accordion in his hand. He had a little thing there, and he'd make a few coin playing accordion in the pub for the miners. And so he was inspiring enough for me to write a song about that. So that'll be a good one. That'll be fun, real up tempo, real fun. Lots of accordion obviously in it, so it'll be good.
Can't wait to hear that one. Okay, that'll be great. So I know that you're hoping to release some more music later in the year. Is that a song that you're going to release at some point?
Yep, we will. I don't know if it'll get on this album, but we've got enough material for a second album, so we'll probably just, when we release this album, which will probably be end of September, everything fingers crossed. Then we'll just get right on doing the second one.
Keep going, don't stop.
It's too much fun.
Why stop when it's going well? Now tell us a little bit about your background. You both obviously love music. Where did your country music background come into it, and how did you join and form the Silverline?
Well, I, come from America, obviously, by my strange accent and my use of proper English. Although where I lived, there was no such thing as proper English because everybody talked with a funny accent like that, you know what I mean? So I lived in a town. I lived in Mississippi and lived in Alabama and lived in Nashville. And when I was really young, my mom and dad worked a 40-acre horse ranch, and as a young guy, there was a transistor radio on the wall of the stables, And while I'd be working with my dad, fixing the stalls, and I think I more or less got in the way more than I actually helped. But the barn radio would be playing Merle Haggard and Buck Owens and Janie Fricke, and all kinds of the real heritage classic country stuff, which I still have a real soft spot in my heart for those artists. A lot of them aren't with us anymore, but their music still is, and I love it. And so that was ingrained in me. And then I picked up a guitar and started playing guitar, and I got into rock and everything, and played all the Led Zeppelin, and had a band in high school, and played all that stuff. But at some point you always come home, and that's what I did many years ago. Came home to country, and maybe there's a song in that. I think just coming home to country. And then I moved here to Australia, and Kathy and I hooked up and got married, and and played music in clubs and pubs and things for a long time with another friend of ours. And then we always, both of us, had our true north was really country, and we just decided to, and we'd written these songs, and so we decided, let's record them. So that's kind of, it's been sort of a making it up as I go sort of thing, doing our best with it. So
that is fantastic. And I guess you're right. I think you hear of a lot of people, a lot of artists, they've started out country and they've explored, but generally they come home, and it's part of them, isn't it? Yeah. And do you think that you'll continue staying in this genre, or are you going to branch back out again as the two of you sing? Are you going to do different things as well, or just going to stick to country from now?
No, I think taking into consideration there's a lot of
different
streams in country.
Areas,
rock, country, hip hop, country this. No, country's true north. Well, what do they say? 4 chords and the truth. So yeah, definitely. It's
you've branched out and you're not boring anymore.
So all really great. So yeah.
There's so much you can do in country, because as you said, there's just so many little areas.
There's streams that go off. So yeah.
And what's the one artist, if you had to pick one artist to listen to, who would you pick?
Boy, that's a hard question, but I will say, for me, going back to what we were talking about a minute ago, with the heritage artists, for me, I gravitate to Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
I just think he's got the best voice in country music. And it's great because he doesn't sing so high that I can't sing him.
Oh, do you get a lot of requests for some of his songs when you're out singing?
Sometimes, when they find out, when we go to a club or a pub, and we put one in, then they go, play Merle.
Of course. Why not?
Absolutely.
Oh, that is fantastic. So where can people buy your current single? And do you have a website and things they can see where you're up to, what you're up to? And
the website is thesilverline.net.au, and of course our Facebook page, which is the Silverline Official. There is a YouTube page as well. It's called the Silverline Official, and our singles can be purchased. The 3 that we've released so far can be purchased off of our website by clicking on the right page, which is the music page, and then going to each individual one, and you can purchase them. 2 of those singles, those purchases go to support charities. So that's good.
That would be fantastic. So jump on and order those, because they're 2 fantastic charities to support. It's great to see. Yeah, absolutely. And for people to keep in touch with watching you for when your album is going to be released, should they like your Facebook page? Is that one of the best places?
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook, Instagram, that's the reach. So that's the way that we roll, like most people. So if you like us, come on board.
Fantastic. You were saying earlier about you've done a few lives and things over this period. Are you going to do a couple more before we go back to normal gigging?
Yeah, there's a some people might be already familiar with this. There's a group called the Pub with No Fear, and we've done a couple of stream performances on that. So might do that again, and see what happens. And there's a group in Newcastle that we were doing some filming with in the last film clip that do a complete sort of package. They do band and they film it, and I think they offer food and stuff like that. So there's lots of options you can sort of tap into. So hoping to do that if things continue like they are, which is just really unfortunate for people who are impacted by this virus. It's just terrible on many fronts. Yeah.
And it is awful, but at least, we've found ways to get music out to people to make them, give them some hope, which is what you guys are doing with your live streams and releasing singles and playing that way, which is great.
Recording, getting the album done is we had to put everything on hold earlier this year. I mean, we were very close in March, and then the studio shut down. So it was like nearly 4 months of not being able to get up there, and we've just started to migrate back now because it's open back up for time. But just it affects everyone the same way. Everything was just on hold. So
yes. Has it, putting everything on hold, has it changed anything that you were going to do with the album? Is anything going to be different now because of this? Has it made you?
Yeah, I think so. We've had a little bit of time to reflect on a couple of the things that we were doing and make some adjustments to things and try a few things that are different. So it has a little bit. It's given us a little bit of breathing space instead of trying to rush it through like we were. So yes,
I think
it's a long time coming, but it's worth the wait.
Absolutely. And again, when that's available, that will be on your website as well for order, I'm sure. And I'm sure when we get back out to live gigs, you'll have a copy there for people to buy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, I'd love to have you back when you're releasing your album. That would be fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We'd love to come back. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, and it was great to finally catch up. We've had all these weeks where we've been trying to, so it's great. And everybody that's watching, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week. Wednesday night we'll be we'll be doing the quiz show, so join us for that, and we'll be back next Thursday with another Country Kickback episode as well. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you very soon.
God bless. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Danny.